Welcome to our prospective first year students in our faculty. If you are considering to register for this module, TEOL112, this short video aims to provide the necessary information for you to do so. TEOL112 forms part of the BDiff program, which is mainly for students who are being trained to become ministers in churches, or for students who register for this module to enable them to for ministry of any sort in their congregations one day. My name is Sarah van der Walt and I will be the lecturer for this module. There you will see my contact details, and you are most welcome. If you perhaps may need any more information with regard to this module, you are very welcome to contact me in this regard. Due to the circumstances surrounding the COVID pandemic, teaching and learning for this module will in its entirety be online, making use of Efundi, which is the teaching platform of the university. Later on, when you register for this module, you will find on the specific Efundi page, you will find a work schedule according to which the module will be presented and be completed. Each week, this is very important, you will be presented with the reading material for that specific week, and I will expect from you to read through all of it. And at the end of the week, I will post a lecture recording by which I try to summarize all of the reading material. According to the arrangement of the university, no exam will be written this year for this module. How will you then be assessed? Throughout the module, there will be 4 assignments that will need to be done and submitted, on the basis of which your final module mark will then be calculated. What is this module about? This module is a orientation module at the beginning of your theological studies, and it deals basically with the question, what is science? Now, when I was still in school, I thought this was science, meaning or referring to a person in a white laboratory coat working with test tubes, pouring different substances together, expecting some sort of result. That was my idea of science. Then I came to university and I quickly learned, and this is one of the main aims of this module, that all of the subjects that's being taught on university level in all of the faculties are in fact a science. Now, what is a science then? I think a short definition could be that a science is any activity in which you gather information and trying to organize or systemize that information with the eventual purpose of gaining knowledge. Now that is science. But in theology, it's in some sense the other way around. In physical science, the picture that I've shown, a scientist would do some experiments, and then you would understand something, and if it tends to be the truth, he will believe that is the way, that information is valid. In theology, it's a bit the other way around. I like to refer to Hebrews 11 verse 3. By faith we understand. We firstly need to believe that everything that God revealed about himself in his word is true. If we believe, we eventually understand that his revelation is the truth. This is the issues that we will touch on within this module. And therefore, TEOL112 deals with the basic questions in theology. For example, what is science and what is theology? How did science and the practice of science developed through the ages, and how theology developed as a science through the ages? Is it possible to practice theology in a scientific manner? What are the characteristics of theology, and specifically Reformed theology? How did Reformed theology came to be drafted in the creeds or the confessions, the Reformed confessions that we have today? And then what is the content of Reformed theology as it is contained in the creeds, and how can we use the content of the confessions to answer difficult questions that's being posed today? There you will see a schematic representation of the content of this module. You will see that this module is structured in 4 study units, there on the left hand side as indicated. Now these 4 study units are some sort of an umbrella term for study sections. Each study unit contains 1 or more study sections. And after each of the study sections, you will be assessed on the content of that study unit, except for, of course, study unit 1, which is only an introduction. So there's 3 study units on which you will be assessed at the end of each of the study units. And then right at the end, there will be a final assessment or assignment number 4, where you will be assessed on the whole of the module, not only one of the study units as has been the case in the other study units, but the whole of the module. We will come to that later on in the module. The study guide will be the Efundi page for this specific module. You will not have a hard copy study guide anymore. Everything that you will need to know to complete this module, you will find on Efundi. As mentioned, with regard to assessment, you will need to do 4 assignments. Make sure of the submission date, and submissions will only be allowed on Efundi. Please do not email your assignments to the lecturer or the facilitator. Some organizational remarks. Each of the assignments contribute in a specific way to your final module mark. The final mark, the second bullet there, is comprised by means of the calculation of a mark according to the weights as mentioned above. And very important, students must submit all 4 assignments to pass the module. Failure to submit any one of the assignments will lead to failure of the module. All of your reading material you will find on the Efundi site for this module. And very important, I think you will enjoy this, it will not be necessary for you to buy a single book. Everything that you will need to study, you will find on Efundi. Thank you very much, and all the best for your studies in this year.